Top 5 Best Historical Sites to Visit in Vietnam. A trip to Vietnam would not be complete without visiting historical sites which reflect a dark side of the country heavily affected by war for centuries. In this video, 5 best places of historical interest to visit around Vietnam, from the rudimentary hand-dug tunnels to a brutal prison complex where thousands of Vietnamese people died. 1. Hoa Lo Prison. While historical museums in Hanoi are mostly rather propagandist and perhaps superficial, Hoa Lo Prison can be a good fit to catch up on the city's backstory. Despite many modern restorations, it offers a real sense of the past. Head to the gloomy rooms to see erstwhile prison cells which witnessed the incarceration of the U.S. pilots, including Senator John McCain, and more importantly, the ghastliness and barbarity that many Vietnamese nationalist leaders and revolutionaries suffered during the French colony. 2. Chi Dinh Tomb. Among plenty of royal tombs in Hue, the Vietnam's former capital, Chi Dinh's tomb sets itself apart from other Nguyen dynasty tombs with an appealing fusion of Asian and European touches. Constructed over 11 years, the tomb is more like a monument of his excessive wealth, which stayed true to his reputation as a puppet of the French colonial government. 3. Son Cham Ruins. My Son Sanctuary, which houses Vietnam's most extensive Cham ruins, once served as the religious and political center of the Kingdom of Champa for centuries. The fact that it is constantly compared with Angkor Wat of the Khmer Kingdom may cause the misleading impression of the natural beauty of My Son Cham Ruins. The temples were discovered by the French archaeologists in the late 19th century but later suffered from a heavy destruction from the US bombs. 4. War Remnants Museum. It would be a crime to travel to Vietnam without visiting the War Remnants Museum, which was formerly known as the Chinese and American War Crimes. Despite being heavily packed with one-sided information, it still reflects important stories about the gruesome effects of war on the country, some of which came from US sources. 5. Long Tan Cross Memorial. The Long Tan Cross is a memorial site commemorating the Battle of Long Tan, where more than 500 Australian soldiers died during the Vietnam War. Australia's wartime presence in Vietnam marked its longest, deadliest and most controversial war and a decisive victory over about 2,000 Viet Cong soldiers and the Communist force. The Australia's support for the Vietnam War also reflected its relationship with the US as an ally. Troops sent upon the request from Ngo Dinh Diem, leader of the US-backed government in South Vietnam. This is one of the only 2 memorials to foreign military forces permitted in Vietnam.